Hey guys, Dan Chan here. So today we started the Festival of Rubies. It goes from April 2nd to the 9th, and it is a pretty cool little event. You can actually make some nice astral diamonds out of it. Just going to go over it step by step and hopefully fill you in on some of the trickier parts of it. One of the neat things about this is that it's a really good way to actually make some astral diamonds. And you can do this on all of your characters. So this is one event where having a bunch of characters actually can pay off pretty well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you real quick a little bit about the event. So let's jump over to the announcement. Alright, so Festival Rubies, you're going to gather eggs for the festival. That's pretty easy. You're going to go through different zones for that, and I'll show you how to find those. It goes from today, Thursday, April 2nd, to next Thursday, April 9th. You're going to complete daily quests. Every time you complete that daily quest, you'll get a mechanical dragon egg, and if you open those eggs, you will get a belt item that is similar to this one here on this gentleman here. However, it is a lower rarity and has much less to it. And you see the lowest one right now is 390,500 AD. There's only 26 in the auction house. The further you get into this event, the more of these people will create or craft, and then the prices will drop. However, throughout the year, they will tend to go back up. So if you just want to check out the price of the dragon eggs that you'll get randomly every day, you see the lowest one in here is 6,000 AD for one. These will probably drop as you're going through here, but they probably will go up towards the very end, or maybe even right after, because people who are wanting to finish the set to make that mythic dragon egg are going to want to buy specific ones to do that. This is just the epic ones, then we go to the rare ones, and we go to the epic ones, which are selling for 30. You're getting a random one every day just from completing this quest. You see, we go all the way up to legendary in here. Alright, so legendaries are starting out at over 100,000 AD and going up from there. Don't open these, because once you open them, you basically lock in what the value is. People are going to be also wanting to buy these to craft these dragon eggs here, and you need the 5 different types of legendary, 5 different types of rare, 5 different types of epic, and you combine all those in the store in here to create a mythic dragon egg, and then you can get these. And the cool part is, this is unbound. This is one of the few items that once you equip it, it still stays unbound. So let's go over to the quest giver here. We're going to accept the quest, Feast of the Ruby, and then you're going to come over here to this chef. We're going to accept his quest. What you're going to get from this quest initially is 300 deep rupees. And what you're going to do with that is save them up, because you're going to need 15 each of these, and you're going to get 1 per day just from doing this quest. Then you can go to this quest giver here, and you can see one of the cool things is you can get this dragon egg artifact. This is brand new. It's got some good stats: forte, crit strike, and accuracy. You can also get this pocket pet, binds on equip, so you can sell it. Then we got the vanity pet, Themberchaud. This also binds on pickup account. But all of these dragon eggs in here are bind to pick up to account. So you can trade them among your other characters, or use your extra deep rubies to buy the ones you're missing. You need all 15 to create the ultimate egg. And then of course you have some event food, and these are bind to character on pickup. I wish they would quit doing that. At least make them bind to account. These have some really good stats. This is 10% accuracy and 3% crit severity. Then we have Foe, which I think was introduced in a prior event. 7% forte and 3% crit severity. Pork Bun is deflect and deflect severity. 6% each. Good tank item. The miniature Themberchaud, that is actually pretty hilarious to see. This dragon egg. Let's see what that looks like in collections. At Mythic, we're looking at 2,000 item level, and not too bad as a secondary artifact. And again, we've got the different dragons. If you want to go through and look at these as far as what the powers are on them, the mythic one has got all the perks of all the other ones combined. Let's take a look at the ultimate egg, and you can see this is what it requires. So this comes bind on pickup account. However, when you open it, the belt item is unbound. So let's get started. We'll go ahead and get our dragon eggs. So we need 6 eggs. So that's basically 3 zones, because you're going to get 2 per zone. How do you tell where they're at? Well, you see those little egg icons above the different zones? That's where they're at. So I'm going to take you to the Dread Ring first, because this is a really well lit zone, and you can see where these things are pretty easily. So let's do that one first, and then I'll show you some of the darker zones and why there's a little more challenging. All of these you're going to have to travel quite a distance, but it's harder to tell where the things are. Now, do you see those lights, those lines of light straight ahead of me, and then one way over here that you can see up in the sky? That's the indicator for the eggs. So let's just head over here, and I'm going to go up to the one on the left. So we'll pull up the map. It's up near here on the top left, near the Dread Spire. Then the second one is up near the Death Forge in the center. Let's go see those. So there's one. These are not always in the same place. There's actually multiple places that they could be. If I come back here for like the second quest, the one where I can get another 10 dupe rubies, then they are probably not going to be in those particular locations. So here it is again near the other entry. It's behind this rock here, and once I do that, pick those up, and then I am done with this zone. There is no more in this zone. So let's jump out of here, and we're going to go find the next one. I'm going to show you the darker zones and why these are a little more challenging. So I'm going to show you how Never Death is. Alright, so if you look around, there is no indicator that you can see because it's so dark in here. But let me show you where to go. So one of them, you go up here to the right, you cross the bridge, and I'm just going to look for an entry on the right here, just to this point here, and we're looking for this bridge up here. I'm going to cross this bridge, and then we're going to go up to the right. Now there's some ads that spawn up here fairly frequently, but I'm going to kind of edge right up here to this. You get that one. Then we'll go ahead and pop up the signpost so we can get to their entrance real quick. So you just run over here, you grab that. You can obviously summon a signpost. If you don't, unfortunately, you're probably going to have to run all the way back. So let's go to the next one. So we are in Ebon Downs now. So we're going to come here past the ghost, and then we're going to go up near where the little town here is, where you start out. And we're just going to cut right through the middle here, and you can see the line right there now. If you try to find it initially, I mean, now I have to pass all these guys, but it is right back here. If you're fast enough, you can get past those guys. So there's that one. Again, the second time you go through here, these are not going to be here in these particular locations. I will show you like an alternate location. But we're going to go up here. I'm just going to, well, I don't need to follow this because the next one is going to be across this bridge. So we're going to head up here, and we're going to go just up over this hill. A lot of times there'll be mobs there, and then you can see this is where this one is. And I'm going to show you the alternate location. You'll see a nest. See right there, that nest? If you haven't gotten the other ones, that nest will have eggs in it. Alright, so we're going to go back, and we are going to turn these eggs into the chef, complete that quest, and let's see what we get out of that. Okay, so it's a self-opening pack, so let's keep an eye on the right here. Okay, we got 100 deep rubies from that. Then to complete the other quest, we're going to have to go here to this feasting halls entry thing. So enter that. Then we go down here. And join up with a Snurf Devlin. Now I could go to single target, and I think I will, because we are going to be fighting Themberchaud. And this is the part where you might get thrown off a little bit. So here we go. I'm going to do these dragon things and still stun you, but he doesn't do as much damage as some of these guys do. But let's do that. Alright, now he becomes invulnerable and just kind of lays here. Now you see this little thing here? It says Themberchaud. That is what you need to interact with. So you're going to go over to this cart, you're going to get some food, and you can see here it says egg toss. You're going to be throw festival foods into Themberchaud's head to feed him. Well, here's the trouble. See where he's facing? If you aim it over at his head, you get no credit. You can see over here 0 of 5, right? This is actually what is considered his head. It's a little weird. So don't throw it there. Don't throw it where his regular head is. Throw it here. And as you can see, you will get credit. Now I got 2 out of 5 for that. And we're going to do this again. We're just going to throw it right there to where his head is. And now we're at 4 of 5. And we'll do it one more time. And now this is only phasing him, so we still have a little bit more work to do. Get more food. Now we got to do another 5. Let's see if we can get 5 at a time now. Now he's going to stand with his head in the right place. Right, so that was 2 again. Just keep an eye on the right here where you see feed more dishes to him. My first time in here, I kept throwing at his head when his head was way over here somewhere, and nothing was working. So I'd forgotten that this is kind of where it is. So yeah, if you're into that problem, that's what it is. So once he does this, he rolls away. It's awesome. So you're going to go ahead and continue on here, and we'll exit out, and then we'll complete the other quest. Alrighty, so you're not going to interact with him again. You go back over to Zimli Gem Cutter. We'll turn that quest in, and that is another 200 deep rubies. Then we get a random dragon egg. Again, don't open those. If you notice, you can go over here. It does have an option to open it, but once you open it, it turns into a dragon, which you can sell. But you can see you can sell these too. They're unbound. But what you want to do again is save up and then create that mythic dragon egg, which is worth, I believe, a lot more than the sum of the original ones. You can see the prices here. You know, they are kind of a lot higher for the legendary. They're 400 rubies, but you're getting 300 a day. You're getting 100 from the chef, and you're getting 200 from the main quest giver, and those will add up. That's 2,100 rubies. That's not enough to buy 15 of these, but you're also getting one a day, a random one per day. And again, if you have a bunch of characters, your chances of getting enough to create a mythic egg are pretty good. If you only have one, then you can buy the different ones and combine them this way. If you don't have enough rubies to do that, or you want to buy something else with the rubies, you can just go on the auction house and buy what you're missing. Hopefully you'll get the more expensive ones, the legendary ones, as drops. So I would not mess with buying them right now because it's the beginning of the event, so everything's going to be a lot higher. Wait till the end, and if you don't want to bother trying to put together a mythic egg, then just sell all of these as soon as you get them. And as you can see, I can go back here and get this quest again. This extra credit is only going to give you 10 rubies, so might be a little bit more work than it's worth. Thanks for listening. I hope this has been helpful. I do ask that if you like this video, that you leave a like below. If you have any comments, please do offer them. I do read all my comments, and I do respond to every one, even the weird ones. And if you don't like the video, let me know why. That's all I have for now. Dan Chan out.